Let me ask you something that most people avoid thinking about. If someone steals your money, you can earn it back. If you lose an opportunity, you can find another one. If a business fails, you can start again. But if you lose an hour of your life, that hour is gone forever. No billionaire on this planet can buy it back. No technology can rewind it. No amount of regret can recover it. Time is the only resource that moves in one direction, and it never stops moving. Right now, as you are listening to this, the clock is moving forward. Seconds are disappearing. Minutes are being spent. Your life is literally passing by in small, invisible pieces called time. And the scary part is that most people don't even notice it happening. They wake up, scroll their phone, waste hours watching things that don't help them grow, complain about life, and then suddenly years are gone. One day they wake up and wonder where their life went. The truth is brutal. Time does not care about your excuses. Time does not slow down because you feel tired. Time does not wait because you are not ready. Whether you use it wisely or waste it completely, it keeps moving forward with the same speed for everyone. Think about the most successful people you know. They do not have 30 hours in a day. They have the same 24 hours that you have. The same minutes, the same seconds. The difference is not intelligence. The difference is not luck. The difference is how they treat their time. While most people treat time like it is cheap and unlimited, winners treat it like the most valuable weapon they have. Imagine two people waking up on the same morning. One person spends 3 hours scrolling social media, watching random videos, and complaining about how unfair life is. The other person spends those same 3 hours learning a skill, building a business idea, training their body, or studying something that moves their life forward. After one day, the difference is small. After 1 month, the difference becomes noticeable. After 5 years, the difference becomes massive. That is the power of time. Small decisions repeated every day slowly shape your future. You don't become successful in one day. You become successful by using your time correctly every single day while everyone else is wasting theirs. Most people think their biggest problem is money, connections, or opportunities. But that is not the real problem. The real problem is that they don't respect their own time. They spend it carelessly as if life will last forever. They tell themselves they will start tomorrow, next week, next year. But tomorrow turns into next month turns into next year. And suddenly a decade has disappeared. Every person watching this has a limited amount of time on this planet. Nobody knows the exact number of days they have left. That means every morning you wake up is a gift that most people completely ignore. Every hour you are alive is an opportunity to become stronger, smarter, and more capable than you were yesterday. The moment you truly understand the value of time, your mindset begins to change. Suddenly, distractions start looking expensive. Suddenly, laziness feels dangerous. Suddenly, wasting 3 hours on meaningless things feels like losing something priceless, because that is exactly what it is. You are not just wasting time. You are slowly trading pieces of your life for things that don't build your future. When you look at people who dominate in life, the first thing most people say is that they are lucky. They say that person had better connections, better opportunities, better timing, or some kind of special advantage that normal people do not have. But when you study high performers closely, you begin to notice something different. The real advantage they have is not luck. It is how they treat their time. Most people treat time like entertainment. They wake up and immediately reach for their phones. They scroll through social media, watch random videos, check messages that do not matter, and before they even realize it, the most productive hours of their day are already gone. They tell themselves they will start working later. They will start improving tomorrow. They will take life seriously someday in the future. But that someday never arrives. Successful people think about time very differently. They treat time like a weapon. Every hour becomes a strategic opportunity. Every day becomes a chance to get stronger, smarter, and more capable than the day before. While others are relaxing, they are building something. While others are distracted, they are focused. While others are waiting for motivation, they are already taking action. Think about the concept of a weapon for a moment. A weapon is something that gives you power. It allows you to defend yourself and move ahead of others in difficult situations. Time works exactly the same way when you use it correctly. If you invest your time into learning valuable skills, improving your health, and building discipline, those hours slowly transform into strength. Months of focused work become knowledge. Years of consistent effort become expertise. That expertise becomes power in the real world. Imagine two people starting from the exact same position. They have the same background, the same resources, and the same number of hours in the day. One of them uses his time carefully. He studies new ideas, trains his mind, works on his goals, and pushes himself even when he feels tired. The other person wastes most of his time chasing comfort. He chooses entertainment over progress, distraction over discipline, and excuses over responsibility at first. The difference between them is almost invisible. After a few weeks, it still may not look dramatic, but time compounds effort like a powerful machine. After 1 year, the first person has gained thousands of hours of learning, training, and progress. After 5 years, the gap becomes enormous. One person has developed skills, confidence, and opportunities, while the other is still wondering why life has not changed. This is how time becomes a weapon. Every focused hour you invest in yourself is like sharpening that weapon. Every productive day strengthens it. Every skill you build adds another layer of advantage. Eventually, when opportunities appear, you are ready for them while everyone else is still preparing or making excuses. The problem is that most people never realize this while they are young. They believe success is sudden. They see someone who is wealthy, disciplined, or powerful and think it happened overnight. What they do not see are the thousands of quiet hours behind the scenes. The early mornings when no one was watching, the long nights of studying, working, practicing, and improving while others were sleeping or wasting time. Those invisible hours are the real secret. That is the battlefield where time is turned into power. Every hour spent building yourself is another step away from the average life that traps most people. Every focused day separates you from the crowd that refuses to take control of their own future. Time by itself is neutral. Every person on this planet wakes up with the same 24 hours. The clock does not give extra minutes to successful people, and it does not take hours away from those who struggle. The real difference begins with one powerful force that most people underestimate, and that force is discipline. Without discipline, time disappears. Hours melt into distractions, days dissolve into comfort, and weeks vanish without progress. A person can wake up with the best intentions in the world, but if they do not control their habits, their time will be consumed by things that give temporary pleasure but produce no real results. Think about how easy it is to lose control of your time. You tell yourself you will work for an hour, but then your phone lights up, a notification appears, a message arrives. You open one video, then another video starts automatically, and suddenly 2 hours have disappeared. You plan to train your body, but your bed feels comfortable. You plan to learn something valuable, but entertainment feels easier. This is how time silently escapes from people's lives. Discipline is the barrier that protects your time from these distractions. It is the ability to do what needs to be done even when your mind is searching for excuses. It is waking up early when your body wants to sleep. It is focusing on your goals when the world around you is full of noise. It is choosing progress over comfort again and again until it becomes part of who you are. Most people misunderstand discipline. They think discipline means suffering every moment of the day. They imagine it as a punishment or a restriction. But real discipline is actually freedom. It gives you control over your own life. Instead of being controlled by impulses, moods, and distractions, you become the person who decides how your time will be spent. When discipline enters your life, something powerful begins to happen. The same 24 hours that used to disappear suddenly start producing results. One focused hour becomes a new skill. Another hour becomes progress in your business. Another hour becomes strength in your body. Little by little, your time begins to transform into real power. Look at athletes who dominate their sports. Look at entrepreneurs who build massive companies. Look at people who master difficult skills. Their secret is not magic. It is not luck. It is the consistent discipline to use their time wisely when most people would choose the easier path. There are mornings when they feel tired. There are days when motivation disappears. There are moments when quitting would feel comfortable. But discipline keeps them moving forward even when emotions try to pull them backward. That is the difference between temporary motivation and long-term success. Motivation is powerful but unpredictable. Some days you feel unstoppable, and other days you feel completely drained. If you rely only on motivation, your progress will rise and fall like waves in the ocean. Discipline is different. Discipline works even when motivation is gone. It keeps you working when you feel excited and when you feel bored. It keeps you focused when the world around you is trying to steal your attention. Over time, this discipline multiplies the value of your time. What once felt like ordinary hours slowly becomes a powerful system of growth. Your knowledge expands, your abilities sharpen. Your confidence grows stronger because you know that every day you are investing time into becoming a better version of yourself. Most people spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment to start. They wait for inspiration, for motivation, for the right mood. But disciplined people understand something deeper. They know the perfect moment is created by action, not by waiting. They understand that the real power of time only appears when discipline controls how those hours are used. Most people think their future will somehow magically change one day. They imagine that success will suddenly appear, that their life will improve overnight, or that some opportunity will come and completely transform everything. But the truth is much simpler and much harsher. Your future is not created in a single moment. Your future is quietly being built right now through the small decisions you make with your time every single day. Every day you wake up, you are shaping the person you will become 5 years from now. The habits you repeat today are not just random actions. They are tiny bricks that slowly construct the structure of your future life. Whether you realize it or not, every hour you spend is a vote for the kind of life you are going to live. If someone spends hours every day learning, training, improving their mindset, and building skills, they are slowly creating a powerful future for themselves. At the same time, if another person spends those same hours chasing comfort, scrolling endlessly, avoiding responsibility, and distracting themselves from reality, they are also building a future, but it is a very different one. The reason many people feel stuck in life is not because they are unlucky. It is because their daily habits are quietly working against them. They want success, but their time habits are producing failure. They want confidence, but their daily routine builds weakness. They want financial freedom, but their hours are spent on things that never create value. Think about the power of consistency. If you improve just a little bit every day, the results compound over time in ways that are almost unbelievable. Imagine reading or learning something valuable for just 1 hour every day. 1 hour might not seem like much, but after a year that becomes more than 360 hours of knowledge. After 5 years, that becomes thousands of hours of learning, thinking, and growing. Now imagine someone else who spends those same hours doing nothing that improves their life. After 5 years, the difference between these two people becomes enormous. One person has built intelligence, skill, and opportunity. The other person has built regret. This is why your daily routine matters more than your big dreams. Dreams are important because they give direction, but habits are what turn those dreams into reality. Without the right habits, even the biggest ambitions slowly fade away. But with strong daily habits, even small goals can grow into extraordinary results. Every successful person understands this principle. They do not rely on bursts of motivation or occasional effort. Instead, they build routines that force progress every day. They design their time so that growth becomes automatic, while others wait for inspiration. Disciplined people simply follow their system and continue moving forward. What makes daily habits so powerful is that they operate quietly. The results do not appear immediately, which is why many people underestimate them. When you start improving your habits, the first few days may not look different. Even after a few weeks, the changes might still feel small. But months later, and especially years later, the results become impossible to ignore. This is how the future is created. It is not built through dramatic moments of sudden transformation. It is built through ordinary days used in extraordinary ways. The way you spend your mornings, the way you use your free time, the way you choose between comfort and progress, these decisions slowly shape your destiny right now. The life you will live in the future is being written by the habits you repeat today. Every day you either move closer to the person you want to become, or you drift further away from that version of yourself. The clock keeps moving forward, and your daily time habits are quietly deciding what kind of life will be waiting for you in the years ahead. One of the biggest reasons people never reach their potential is not because they are incapable, but because they constantly give their time to things that give nothing back. Time is the most valuable resource you have, yet most people spend it on distractions that slowly drain their focus, their ambition, and their future. Look around at the modern world. Everywhere you turn, there is something competing for your attention. Social media platforms are designed to keep you scrolling for hours. Entertainment is available 24 hours a day. Notifications constantly pull your mind away from what actually matters. The world has become a giant machine built to capture your time. The dangerous part is that these distractions do not feel harmful in the moment. Watching a few videos feels harmless. Scrolling for a few minutes feels normal. Taking a break from your responsibilities feels comfortable. But those few minutes slowly turn into hours, those hours turn into days, and those days turn into years of missed opportunities. Most people never realize how much of their life is being consumed by things that do not help them grow. They say they do not have enough time to work on their goals, but when you truly examine their day, you discover something surprising. The time is there, but it is being spent on things that bring temporary pleasure instead of long-term progress. Imagine someone who spends 3 or 4 hours every day lost in distractions. It may not seem like a big deal at first, but if you calculate that over a year, it becomes more than 1,000 hours. 1,000 hours that could have been invested into learning a powerful skill, building a business, improving health, reading valuable knowledge, or creating something meaningful. Think about what 1,000 hours of focused effort could do for your life. That amount of time could transform your career, strengthen your body, expand your mind, and open opportunities that most people never even come close to experiencing. Yet many people trade those hours for endless entertainment that leaves them exactly where they started. The truth is that every time you choose distraction over growth, you are quietly delaying your own success. The life you want requires time and effort to build, but if your time is constantly being stolen by meaningless activities, your progress slows down or stops completely. Successful people understand something that the average person often ignores. They understand that attention is a form of currency. Whatever you focus on grows in your life. If your attention is constantly directed toward entertainment and distraction, those things will dominate your life. But if your attention is directed toward learning, building, improving, and creating, those actions will slowly reshape your future. This does not mean you can never relax or enjoy life. Rest is important, and everyone needs moments to recharge. But there is a massive difference between intentional rest and endless distraction. Rest gives you energy to continue moving forward. Distraction slowly pulls you away from the path you are trying to follow. At some point, every person has to make a decision about how their time will be used. You can allow the world to control your attention, or you can take control of it yourself. You can allow distractions to fill your days, or you can remove the things that do not build your life and replace them with actions that move you closer to your goals. The people who achieve extraordinary things are not necessarily more talented than everyone else. What separates them is the way they guard their time. They protect it from useless distractions. They choose carefully where their attention goes. They understand that every hour of focus is a step toward a stronger future, while every hour lost to meaningless activities is a step away from the life they are trying to build. Time is the one force in life that never stops moving. Every second that passes is a second of your life that will never return, and the way you choose to use those seconds determines the direction of your future. Some people allow time to control them. They drift through their days, distracted, comfortable, and unaware that their most valuable resource is slowly disappearing. Others make a different decision. They recognize that time is not just something that passes, it is a weapon that can shape their destiny. When you begin to respect time, everything about your life changes. You start to see distractions for what they really are. You begin to understand that discipline is not punishment, but power. You realize that the small habits you repeat every day are silently building the person you will become in the future. The hours you invest in learning, improving, and building yourself slowly compound into skills, strength, and opportunities that most people never experience. Your future will not be decided by luck, talent, or excuses. It will will be decided by how you use the hours that are given to you every single day. Every morning you wake up with a new opportunity to sharpen your mind, strengthen your body, and move one step closer to the life you want. The question is whether you will use that time with intention or allow it to slip away unnoticed. The truth is simple but powerful. If you learn to control your time, you learn to control your life. The moment you start treating your hours like the most valuable weapon you possess, you begin separating yourself from the crowd that wastes theirs. And day after day, decision after decision, those small choices will slowly transform into the life you once only imagined.